This is a general reading for Aries for the month of November. So if Aries is your sun or moon rising or Venus, this is a general reading for you. So take what resonates and leave the rest. In the month of November, I will again be offering a complimentary 30-minute reading, and I will be selecting from those who either subscribe or put a comment in the month of November. So if you want to be considered, please do that. Now, also to help the channel, if you like the video, thumbs up. You know, Aries you are the greatest supporter of this channel. You have the most people with your sign that view the videos. You make such positive comments. You support the channel, and I so appreciate all of you, Aries. Thank you so much. So if you like the video, thumbs up. Comments, great. Subscriptions, please. Because those three things help the logarithm, and it helps to grow the channel. The more people become aware of my channel and can get the readings, which will help them in getting clarity for their life. Now, also, if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. Now, sometimes YouTube unsubscribes people. I don't know why, but if you look at the video and see, does it say subscriber? If it doesn't, subscribe. It costs absolutely nothing. It's free, and I will not put you on any marketing list. I'm not going to send you texts. I'm not going to send you emails. The communications that you could get from me would be if you were to get that complimentary reading. Or I do respond to comments. And thank you all for your kind comments. I so appreciate and read every comment that is posted. Now, why to be a subscriber? Well, you are considered for that complimentary reading. If you put notification, you'll be notified when the videos come out. And in the future, I'm going to have, it's after I get all set up back in the US and have my studio and a real camera, microphone, really set up. And I do have someone that's going to, that's tech savvy, which I'm not tech savvy, that will be able to help me. You know, tech savvy, that's all sort of left brain, real precise. And I use a lot of the right side brain with my, intuitive. That's the side that I've been developing. So I'm a visual person. So I can maneuver through tech stuff, but not as easily. So I have someone that will probably, he will be able to help me when I move back to Vegas. So I'm going to be able to do some live streaming for subscribers when I get back. Maybe we'll do a pick a card or some live mini readings, but there will be some things that I'll have in place once I get moved back. Now, I am offering my standard reading of $30 for 30 minutes, $50 for an hour. And that's live or video. And if you're interested, send me an email at theportasamara@gmail.com. The information's down below. Now, I do have my team here. The other thing I'm going to do is under community posts, I'm going to be doing some little mini surveys, because I'm wanting to see if, and it's going to be check ABC or, your preferences, because I want some feedback on the cards that I'm selecting. For example, I have been using the Starlight meditation card for each week or for the reading, and I want to know, is that beneficial or should I drop it? What do you think about the Louise Hay affirmation card that I do for each reading? Yes, no. I am going to, the Wisdom of the Oracle I'm going to keep, and the I Ching, because those really in tune to the Celtic cross. But I want some of the refinement, and I'm going to add probably some more Oracle cards in the future. So sort of want to tune it. Also, do you care about my pets? Some people say, oh, we don't want to hear about them, or put it with, and we don't care about them, basically. And others like, I want more about your pets. So I'm going to do a little survey about that. Now, the other thing is, remember that, I created this as being prompted by spirit, and it is a gift. However, people think that if you have a gift that you shouldn't be compensated. And there was someone that put a post about over upselling. Well, and I thought about it and thought about it and thought about it. And if you harbor any negativity for prosperity of anybody else, that's really limiting your own prosperity, because the universe is unlimited. And, that's why I encourage small businesses. I post if I see people like on Facebook that are, starting their own little business. I post because I want them to succeed, because the universe is unlimited. And I also, post if I find other sites that I think will be beneficial for everybody. It's prosperity, it's manifestation. And right now, my YouTube channel, I get absolutely nothing from YouTube, because I'm not monetized, because of being out of the country, and they won't accept my U.S. passport to verify who I am, and my visa. You can't renew visas in Portugal right now because there's a backlog because it was a new agency. So I'm not monetized. I get no money from YouTube. I get no money from anybody. Well, some kind donations, like a couple of buy me coffees, and some nice people have, donated to my PayPal, but I don't get any compensation except through my readings. That's the only compensation I get. And I put probably, I don't know how many hours a week. Because like if I do 4 of the readings today for the be post, that's at least 3 hours. And then I sit down and I do, the posting, and I review the comments. And so it adds up to hours every week. And why am I doing that? Because Spirit wants me to do that. However, it's, also it's valuable and it's exchange. So, I do listen to your comments, and I do really appreciate them. And I try to improve the channel, but I am going to put some little surveys there so that I can continue to, get your feedback. So that's where we are right now. Now, I'm going to tell you where all my pets are right now. If you don't want to hear about it, speed through, because these are part of my life, because I actually am almost like a hermit in a village because of the energy, and I really watch the energy that I'm around. So, I go to the Supermercado, I go to the Chinese store. Yes, it is called a Chinese store, and it's run by Chinese, and they get their products from China. They're called Chinese stores. I thought before it was a little bit, but it isn't. So I'll go to the Chinese store and get my little, it's like a variety store, and I go to the pharmacy. I don't go very many places. I spend a lot of time here, and my little fur babies are part of my life. Now, Nina's here on the table, and she loves the readings. I think she likes all the energy that's here, and she comes running. Jason's in the bedroom, and he's my little security guy. He's 10, and I got Jason at the pound 9. Well, he must be over 10 now. He's probably 11. I got him like 9 years ago when it was a clear out the shelter, free dogs. That's how I got Jason. Milo's in the sitting room, Hope's in the kitchen entry, and the 2 kittens are back and forth out in the courtyard. That's my pets. That's my life right now. So I will be posting, look under the community, and I'll put like survey, and it'll be capitalized. And if you would, as you go through the month, if you look and put your, check the box, so I can, modify some of the things. Now, Aries, you have the strongest team of spirit guides that is here. So a lot of my readings for Aries are channeled, and that's why it goes for a long length, because it's your spirit guides and the angels and archangels and spirit guides of the light through me delivering your messages. So sometimes they're long, the readings, because Spirit has a lot to tell you, your spirit guides. Oh, I can feel them. They're like lining up right now. So as I was shuffling the cards and asked, is there anything that they want you to know? It was, you know, the high-rise buildings, and they take the big ball and break down the buildings. I don't know what it is, you know, on the crane, and they have and they're breaking down the walls in order to build new. That's exactly what's going on right now, is breaking down the walls in order to build new. So it can be clearing out the old to lay the new foundation, breaking barriers that have been keeping you from your goals. Whatever that is, what is that? The demolition ball? Not blowing it up, but it's like the ball of hitting the concrete, the cement, and the buildings crumbling down. So it's the barriers crumbling down in order to make the foundation for the new. So it's like a new, it's a rebirth, almost a new. If it was agricultural, you know, because our society for so long was agriculture way back millions of years, you know, it'd be plowing the field in preparation. But, you know, we're in so many areas, we are so urban, city buildings, and it then would be clearing away of those buildings in order to have a even blank playing field in order to build up. So that's where you are right now, Aries. That's what Spirit's showing me, that it's breaking through those barriers, whatever those barriers are, and then having a clean playing field for you to manifest what you want. That's where you are right now. Now, I have shuffled the cards. I'm using the Morgan Greer. I'm going to be using the Oracle. I will be using the Wisdom of the Oracle and the Chinese I Ching Oracle as we go along. And let's see what we have coming up for the month of November for you. And the very first card we have is the Empress. Harvest time. Yeah, having it all. What do you want? Crossed over by Seven of Wands. Moving forward. It's just, you know, this is a motion card. Seven of Wands is a motion card. Moving forward. And it's a victory one. So we'll go over those in detail. At the base of it is the King of Cups. Could be related to home. Behind you is the Seven of Pentacles. Working but not compensation at that time. Look at what's crowning you. The Fool, the new chapter. There you are, the new chapter. Looking for where are you going? Where are you going? I'm going to put it right here. We're going to have to put this around Nina. And then right ahead, oh, look at here, the Ace of Cups. So you have the King of Cups at the base of it and the Ace of Cups. Could be home, it could be a new romance. We're going to see. Now remember about new romance, and I always say this. You don't have to have new romance in your life. If you don't want a love relationship, you know, it could be moving, but it could also be developing a relationship with yourself. Healing yourself, working on yourself. Okay, then, Jason, we're not going back and forth today. You just need to lay down. Thank you. King of Swords. This is around surrounding you. Six of Cups. That's good. Page of Rods, gonna get a message. And the final outcome is sort of taking a repose. The Four of Swords. Four of Swords with Six of Wands. Page of Rods with the King of Rods, the Queen of Rods rather. Six of Cups with the Eight of Swords. This is, I think, someone from your past. Let me call them a retread. You know what that means, that they come back. Could be an old relationship that, you know, you broke off and they want to try to come back. Or, you know, you're considering having them come back. No, you're not coming back and forth, Jason. You're going to have to lay down right there. No. No. You're not going to go back and forth. You go back and lay down. Then we have the Strength card. Ace of Cups. This is interesting with the Devil. Aha. Isn't that interesting? The Fool. Look at the Happy Home crowning you. So you have two fours. You have the Four of Rods and the Four of Swords. Those are like the assessment cards, like a break. Seven of Pentacles with the star. Now, because this is under 18, I got to put a card over this card because it's, you know, X-rated. Well, it's not X-rated, it's a nude. It's an X-rated. Well, I guess they would call it an X-rated. Then the King of Cups with the broken heart. Yeah. Someone broke your heart. That's at the base of it. And then this retread, trying to get back in. Now, remember the definition of insanity, expecting different results. If nothing changes, and yet you expect different results. So, if this person, this retread, I'm calling them a retread, wants to come back and they haven't changed their behavior, do you expect something different? What's different? A hope. That, you know, it's the hope that, you know, and this is that word, well, I hope so. I hope they change. You know, I'm going to try. You know, all those little, you know, he promised. We'll go over that. However, it could be, it's the hope they're coming back, that it is, you know, when we talk about the 5 stages of grief, and there's the first stage, which is that you don't think that there's anything wrong, you know, ignoring it. Then the second one is, you know, first there's ignoring, then there's the bargaining. So they say, if I do this and this and this, you know, then things will change. Well, you know, how many times are you going to listen to their idle words? You know, the first time, shame on them. First time, second time, shame on you. You know, that whole, you know, all these little catchphrases, but they say them for a reason. So if they come back and you know that this person's behaviors, now maybe you're not willing to let it go yet. Maybe you're not done with that lesson yet until the next time. Now we'll put some more cards on here. And then also your reading is about the 5 of Wands crossed over by the Knight of Rods. Now, okay, so let's go over what's going on this month. So you got a lot of rods and you have some things that are still challenging. Now, yes, you do have the Fool card, which is the beginning, and that's on your mind. That's the new blank. And remember I said the wrecking ball, that's what it is, the wrecking ball that hits those concrete buildings and they go down. So sometimes, you know, that building can represent previous relationships which did not serve you, and having that removed in order to make the space for things to come. You know, there's also the thing that a physics rule and also a spiritual rule. Two things cannot occupy the same space at the same time, which is why when you remove a negativity, you would put it in a positive, because you have a space. The same thing with a relationship. If you're in a relationship that you're still learning from, as long as that's there, there's no space to attract the person that maybe should be there. And you could be maybe still working out the lesson with that person. So your reading is about, you have the 3 of Wands, or 3 of the Empress, which is manifestation, crossed over by the 7 of Wands. And you also have the 5 of Wands crossed over by the Knight of Cups. Now, you know, the 7 of Wands is the 5 of Wands with the lesson learned. You know, it's, now the 6 of Wands is victory moving forward. The 7 of Wands is taking that 5 of Wands and learning whatever this lesson was, and transmuting that, learning the skills that you can now carry forward. And it also has to do with the Knight of Wands. Now, in the other deck, the Knight of Wands, when I see it, it depends on how I see it. Sometimes the Knight of Wands could be someone around you. This could have been a relationship, but it also could have been work. And sometimes I interpret the Knight of Wands as an irresponsible younger person, or it could be a co-worker, or it could be a relationship. And they tend to be, you know, it's a really old expression, good time Charlie. And that really dates me. I mean, that's before my era. But it means that sort of someone who lives for the moment and they don't care about they don't think of the next day. So, you know, if it's someone that you want to go out and date, yeah, well, that's fine. But to be able to count on this person in work or in a relationship or in a home, you're going to end up with all of the responsibility. And so it's showing that, you know, in the Five of Wands could be conflict, it could be opposing energies, it could be not being able to count on this person. So like for example, in work, the Five of Wands could be the person that's on your team that's busy over at the coffee machine or planning their weekend, but to count on them to get the job done. Or if you're in a relationship and in the day-to-day operation of just living, you're going to be carrying all the burden. It could even be carrying the finances. So for example, like separation of duties in the home, and like even simple things like, would you stop at the store on the way home and pick up such and such a stuff? Or take the food out of the freezer. They're not going to think about it. They're too busy. You know, that's that irresponsible part. Now, the other part could be someone that you're working on, but see, it's got the Five of Wands. So there's opposing energy. It could be arguments. It could be disagreements. You know, it's just they're not responsible. However, the other part of that is turning that around, which becomes the Seven of Wands, learning from that and moving forward and having prosperity, manifestation, because at the base of it is the relationship that broke your heart, which could be this Knight of Wands. Or, you know, because it's the cups, it could be, you know, the King of Cups could be related to home or it can be related to relationship. And it's broke your heart. That's at the base of it. So some of you are healing from a broken relationship. Some of you are healing from, you know, a family member. But it's like a broken heart and it takes time to heal it. Now, sometimes you make a choice to continue this. And what that indicates is that you haven't learned completely the lesson. And when we talk about our life lessons and whatever lesson we're supposed to be learning, and it's different things for different people, and that individual that is the protagonist in the situation, whatever it is, they've agreed to a role and they have things to learn also. Maybe they got this role of someone who's irresponsible, and maybe their lesson is to turn that around to be responsible. Or to, you know, self-esteem issues. You know, we don't know their lesson, but they are there to help you for your lesson. So thank them. You know, maybe they're irresponsible, but you're supposed to learn boundaries, or speaking up for yourself, or knowing your self-worth. Whatever the lesson, it's different things for different people. Workplace, it could be speaking up for yourself. It could be boundaries. It could be knowing your worth and taking credit for the work that you do instead of being submissive. Whatever it is, it's different things. Now, we start out when we come here, you know, the learning planet. And it could be little lessons that if we get it, we don't have to go on. So if it's maybe speaking of your worth, and maybe you're in school, you're a child, and you're working on a project. And maybe it's speaking up, but they dismiss you. They don't think about your ideas. Well, if you just sit there and don't speak up, you know, you're going to be discounted. But what if you said, hey, you know, I have a good idea. Here it is, speaking up for yourself. Maybe you don't have to keep going on. Maybe you don't have to have that lesson in the workplace, or maybe not in the home. But if you just sat there and go, oh, nobody likes my ideas, poor me, I'm a victim, you know, then you didn't get it. So then Spirit's like, oh, okay, well, we're going to make it a little bit harder. And then a little bit harder if you don't get it that time, until you can't ignore it anymore. And so for some of you, you have your broken heart, for example, that you were in a relationship and went, phew, because it's related to your King of Cups. Things didn't work out. And so then you got that lesson. You had the Five of Wands and the Seven of Wands moving forward, turning that into an asset, something that you learned. So it's all about lessons and moving on. Behind you is, you know, wherever it is, it's destiny, it's in the stars, and it has to do with hard work. The Seven of Pentacles can represent a job, or it can just represent hard work in life. That you did everything, you learned the skills, you planted the seeds, you're ready for the harvest, you took your time, and you haven't seen the harvest yet. But it's behind you. It's behind you. So it could have been that you did a lot of work, but you didn't get the recognition for it. Or working on a relationship and you didn't get the recognition for it. Because what's on your mind is new beginnings and happy home. That's what you want. Or it could be even marriage. Maybe you want a relationship. Maybe you want a happy home. Maybe that's your goal now. Or maybe even moving to a home. That you were in a home and things blew up and you want to move to a nicer home. Or a home. A home where you feel safe and you don't have that Five of Wands. You know, sometimes our sanctuary, we just want to go and not have conflict. We want to have peace and be able to create the energy within there. And that's really your beginning, and that's what you want. Some of you are looking to relocate or to move to a place of your own. And as you write down the affirmation, what you want, as you have it now, not the hope, not the ask, I have. So I have my home. Where, and then you put all of it, like, I have my home, it's safe, it meets all my needs, it has, and put down what you want. Do you want space, a nice little yard for your pets and your children? You have nice neighbors. Is it peaceful? Is it quiet? Is it safe? Is it close to work? Is it close to parks? What do you want? Close to parks, close to shopping, and not what you don't want, but what you want. Put it in the positive and put it as you have it now, as it is now. Now, the other thing, and I don't think I picked this up when I did Aries for the last week, but I was doing a reading and it said to speak out. As you want it, speak. Because what it does is it sends the vibrations up to the collective. So it's like wavelengths. Just like chants work, toning works, it's sending the wavelengths out. It's a way of also, manifesting, because it's sound and color, sound and color. So speak to your spirit guides what you want. Say it out loud, not just in your mind, but say it out loud. I have, I am, I live in my perfect home that has, it's affordable rent. It's safe. It meets the needs of my family. It has a lovely yard. It has a kitchen that's large enough for all of us to be able to be there and prepare our food and sit down and share that and have happy memories. It has good energy. My neighbors are, friendly, accommodating. There are children in the neighborhood that my children can play with, or, whatever is important for you, that you're going to speak it, because that's what's on your mind. Speak what you want. Speak it out loud as you have it right now, because ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find. Ask for what you seek, seeking you shall find. That's, a lot of those things are ancient, but they still work. That's why they're there. So that's what's on your mind, because what's ahead is, this is very interesting. And I've had this before with the Ace of Cups and the Devil card. Now, this was an outcome for one of the other signs for last week, the Ace of Cups with the Devil card. Now, the Devil can be those things which are, it's characteristics, behaviors that keep a person from being authentic with themselves and with others. And the Ace of Cups can be home, or it can be a relationship, or it can be a relationship with yourself. So, Ace of Cups could be a romance coming in and use discernment. Could be this retread of this person wanting to come back in your life. So use discernment in this, because the characteristics of the devil can be things like addictions. It can be like gambling, drugs, alcohol, arguments, infidelity. Now, it can also be addictions of relationships. That's another way of interpreting it. That, you know, sometimes it has to do with the chase and love, and that could be an addiction. It can also be things like, if you're moving to a new place, have discernment of what's around you. Could be, you know, it could be financial dealings that you have to be very, very careful. Like if you're buying a home, you need to be, okay, so like if you're buying a home, okay, if you're going into a development and you're going to put money down, be very careful, because it could be forever before they even start the development. So if you are going to be doing anything like buying a new home, putting down some money on a deposit, check them out. Now, in most countries, they do have a public agency where you can check to see if there's any claims. Government agencies, you know, like, are there any claims on their bond? You can check the Better Business Bureau. Do your due diligence, because you could put a huge deposit down and it's sitting there for years and years and years. And then what's going to happen? So it could be some dealings with that if you're thinking about moving, or if you're buying a new house. Do your due diligence and get it inspected. Also, if it's a new relationship, do your due diligence. Because, you know, unfortunately, there are people who, for example, say they're available and they're married, for example. They're not available. But it's this whole thing about conquest and their ego. And all it does is they leave a bunch of broken hearts along the way. It's so you have to do your due diligence. It's very easy to figure out. With the internet now, with Google, you can check. Now, you know, I have horror stories I could tell you myself. But you know, for one thing, for example, if someone reaches out to you on any of those dating sites, and they don't live in your area, it could be a fake profile, for example, and their whole purpose is getting your money. But just know that for new relationships, it could be moving to a new place, it could be a new relationship, it could be also this retread coming back with the devil. And remember, if it's, you know, the definition of insanity. So if they have not changed their behavior, do expect different results. What's different? You know, they may be trying to come back, and it could be that they promise everything, but nothing really changes. Because what we have here in your mind around you is the King of Swords and have the Strength card. Now, the King of Swords, I'm going to have my coffee this morning because it's early, and I'm going out for Chinese food with a friend today, which is a big treat for me. So I'm going to sip my coffee. Colombian coffee, which actually, when I went to Colombia, I bought coffee. It's not this, but I love Colombian coffee. So anyway, the King of Swords can represent government. It can represent an individual. It could even represent your King of Cups. And it says have a Strength card. Don't be wavered by it. If you're having business dealings with a government official or some company, have a Strength card. Look at the lion. Look at, she's got her hand in his mouth. That's not a weak person, and you're not weak. Know that, you know, you are stronger than you think that you are. And remember that wrecking ball. Making the way for new things to come to you. You've got the strength to do it. You have the strength, the courage to see things through. You're not weak. You're strong. Aries are the warriors, you know, the Mars. And so sometimes, oh, someone's afraid of that. So know that you can control that. It doesn't have to be unleashed. That you have the strength within you, but it shows that you are able to handle it in a way that you can have it, show that strength, but you're in control of it. Speak out for what you believe. Say what you want with your King of Swords. Could be a job, and you say, this is what I want. This is my compensation. It could be a boss. It could be a relationship. But have the strength. Stay true to what you're saying. Stay true to yourself. Because here we go. This is why I keep saying about the retread. This person from the past, and you're feeling like you can't move forward. Now look at these, the Eight of Swords. And the Six of Cups is someone from your past. Now, I don't think that this is a past life person, the soulmate that's coming. No, because you wouldn't have the Eight of Swords. You don't know what to do about this. This is binding you yourself. These are your feelings, the unresolved feelings. When you go through the 5 stages of grief, you know, and it's ignoring it, thinking everything's fine, then it's bargaining. Oh, well, if we do this or do that, then things will be better, you know. And you see it doesn't make it. And then you go through the anger and the grief and finally acceptance. So it could be here that you feel like you can't move forward. Maybe you're hoping. Maybe you're hoping for things to go forward. Maybe it's also, it could be even financial constraints. You know, maybe you're dividing property, or maybe you're moving out, or there's some sort of division. Or it even could be in work, and you think that, you know, it's a job thing and you can't move forward, that you don't have a clear path because you're still resolving the other. So whatever these are, these barriers, you can remove them step by step by step. Maybe that's that, you know, the knocking down the walls. That's exactly what it is knocking down the walls to make space. And the Six of Cups is this person from the past. In order to heal, to move forward for the best to come to you, it is healing these past relationships, creating the space for the good to come to you. Now, I speak from someone who has been working on my own healing. And so, in order to have a space for the good to come, it's healing the past. Letting go of these Eight of Swords. And whatever these barriers are, and you don't have to do it all at once, it's taking one rope at a time, meditating, healing, meditating, healing. What are these barriers that you have? And Spirit will show you which ones to let go of. And as you do, then it creates a space for good to come to you. Because you're thinking about this person from the past, thinking that you can't move forward. Work on these, whatever those ropes are, because they're just ropes. Because then, here, you get a message, which is very good. Page of Rods, a message, and then it's very good. Could be about home, it could be about a job, because there's prosperity. The Queen of Rods is, you know, there's the sunflower, it's growth, things are good. You get a message. It could be a message about a job. It could be a message about you got the house. It could be a message about let's get together. You know, you're going to get a message if you feel you're good about it. You've been waiting for that message. Could be a get together with someone. But it's coming to you. Yes, you're going to get that job. Yes, you've been approved for that project. Yes, you've been, you know, you're going to get that home. But something good's going to happen. And then here is the final outcome. Now, the Four of Swords, you know, you had the Four of Rods, and now here's the Four of Swords. This is assessment. And Swords is information, so stopped, you're assessing, getting the information, clarity, and from that you have a sense of victory. So whatever it is, it's saying, okay, here's the information that you wanted, here's the clarity. So it's like stopping, it's not just rushing on. Stop, assess, let the information come to you. Once you get that information, you're going, oh, okay, now I know, and then there's this sense of victory, moving forward, and the wreath of victory, just like the Olympics. Moving forward and is victorious. So in the month of November, expect some positive changes. It's cleanup. Oh. You know, when you go in the grocery store and they say clean up in aisle 5, well, this is sort of like part of it, is it clean up in your life here. So it's breaking some of those barriers, cleaning up. Then you have your full card, new playing field, and then your victory going forward. But you still have some cleanup. You have the heart, you have your broken heart. The 3 of Swords, cleaning that up, deciding, you know, this person, if it's a breakup of a home, a relationship, you know, this person might try to come back in, but have they changed their behavior? Or are they just coming back in and eventually will fade away? You know, so it's moving forward, addressing some of the things of the past and moving forward so that you can have the positive space for the good to come to you. And it's all about a lessons. You know, remember this is school, and so it's lessons. You know, for example, I was, you know, I jokingly say that I should write a book when I'm done about I survived my 3 years in Portugal. And I don't want to rehash it here, but I was meditating last night, and it said, and I said, you know, for what I have gone through these past 3 years, if I had not gone through them, I would not be where I am right now. And the lessons that I've learned, the strength, because when I came here and I saw all the signs about, you know, how the barriers, and even people who didn't want me to move here and sort of sabotaged it. However, I needed to come here and be where I am right now, because I would not have been able to do that if I had not gone through these things. I would not be where I am right now in my, you know, in all parts of my life. And so that's, you know, that's where we are, is these lessons. And, you know, they become harder and harder the more times we come back. And so, you know, they may be hard, but, you know, we get all these lessons and spiritual lessons, and also lessons that I can share with my own, you know, my experiences. Now, let's pull the oracle. I've got a fly in here. Oh. And then if I had the fly swatter, Nina always worries that I'm going to be hitting her, which I never hit her. Do I, Nina? Mama doesn't hit her little Nina girl. No. Angels and archangels and spirit guides. She likes hanging out with the cats out in the garage, angels. And I went out there last night to check on her. There the kittens were on the dog bed, and Nina's in, she likes going into that crate with the blanket, because it's like her little cave. There she is, and the kittens are right in front of her. You know, they're not afraid of her, and she's not, you know, she doesn't chase. None of my dogs chase the kittens. They all get along. Angels and archangels and spirit guides are the cards that we have for our wonderful Aries here. Angels and archangels and spirit guides. Angels and archangels and spirit guides of the light. Okay, here we go. Our 3 cards. The first one, mending. So do you have anything you need to mend? Any amends that you have to make? Any repairs that you have to make? For yourself as well as with others. Remember, forgive yourself also. Soulmates. Aha. Now, soulmates are, you know, I didn't see the soulmates in your card this time. I did see someone from the past. And it could be a past life. But soulmates, and you know, this is, in order to attract the soulmate, you have to have the space. So letting go of the past and healing, letting go of those Ace of Swords, then you're creating the space for the soulmate to come. And chop wood. This is another way of expression of the tearing down the walls, because chopped wood is pruning. in order for new growth. And you're sort of like in the pruning stage right now for new things to come. So you're in the transition of clearing the space for new things to come. That's where you are right now in that stage. Making the space for new things to come. Then when the void's there, you can replace that with the positive. Letting go of the negative. You have the Three of Swords, your broken heart. Let go of that. Heal your heart, whatever it is that you need to do, whether it's ceremony, whether it's letting go, meditation. And as you do that, put positive, because you've created space, then put positive into it with affirmations. Okay, now let's pull the wisdom of the visionary I Ching. Oh, look, all the time's going fast. I'm sorry, Aries. This is your November, and your spirit guides have a lot to say. Okay, angels and archangels and spirit guides. What is the I Ching card for our Aries? And angels and archangels and spirit guides. What is the card for our Aries? Okay. Angels and archangels and spirit guides. What is the card that we have for our Aries today? Okay. Here it is. Cutting through. Another cutting through. And we got a little theme going on here. Cutting through. Number 21, which works out to a 3. 21. Current circumstances call for confronting a thorny situation and cutting through it. Somehow, the way to harmony and unity is blocked or frustrated, perhaps by a tangle of deceit or corruption. Remember your devil card. Like Alexander the Great cutting the Gordian knot, take decisive action and you will meet with good fortune and even your destiny. Don't be afraid to shake things up a bit. The ability to take corrective measure when they are needed is an essential trait of leadership. Those who bring discipline to bear must, above all, be honest with others and with themselves. Honesty is the hallmark of the strong and self-confident. The successful person masters the art of honesty like the swordsman masters fencing. When lies, delusions, and game playing are getting in the way of teamwork, the swift sword of honest action, perhaps even punishment, must be wielded to perfect integrity and values. Decisive love with integrity will bring good fortune. Though your actions may be vigorous, they must not be hasty, severe, or arbitrary. Be sure to carefully consider all the circumstances. In the case of a serious disruption of relations or events, forgive, but don't forget, at least not until the person has made reparation for mistakes. If corrective action is necessary, make certain that it truly fits the crime. When rules have been slack and useless, only through the institution of clear and swift penalties can their effectiveness be restored. In those situations where serious issues of justice are at stake, keep careful records and do not hesitate to go public with the truth. And that could be also your devil card with the Ace of Cups. That would apply there. Okay. Now, I am going to pull a Divine Beloved card. That's what they're saying. One Divine Beloved card, one Louise K card. The Divine Beloved. Okay, and this is for Aries, angels and archangels and spirit guides. There's the card here. Beauty. I am a spark of divinity. Change me, Divine Beloved, into one who knows without question my own beauty, worthiness, and desirability. Let me remember constantly who I am, love itself in a temporary human form. There. Okay, now let me pull a Louise Hay card. And please, throughout the month, check the little surveys I'm going to be doing under the community so that you can, you know, voice your opinion, which cards you would like me to use which oracle. And let's see what we have here. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you want a reading for the month, just send me an email. I release all criticism. Remember, this is for yourself too. I only give out that which I wish to receive in return. My love and acceptance of others is mirrored to me in every moment. Yes. That's a very good thing to remember. Okay. And then our star light card for this month, your meditation card. Okay. And here it is. Radiate. Let your light shine through. Let your light shine through. There you go. Okay. So thank you so much, Aries. I so appreciate you. You do not know how much I love all of you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel with your love and kind words. And you mean so much to me. I really appreciate all of you. And from Portugal, Nina and I are sending you light and love.